It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree?
Yes.
You are knowing what you are wanting. It is really co-creating at its best, yes. You bring your physical bodies, we see. You take them nearly everywhere you go, yes. But there is more that you bring with you. You are permanently attached to your non-physical counterpart. You know that? So when a group of you gather in this way, it's a much bigger crowd than you know. You bring your non-physical contingency as well. And sometimes you are not aware of them, but we are, because we are all non-physically intertwined. So this collective consciousness of physical and non-physical converging, it just doesn't get any better than this, where you are focused into the poignancy of your leading edge time-space reality, and we are focused in the stability of the well-being that is all that we all are. We stand as the summation of all that you have become. Before you came forth into this body, you were source energy. And even now you are in this body, you are still source energy. You know that? That's that non-physical counterpart. That part you are permanently connected to. And while you are focused in this body, through your personality and attitude and mood, sifting through the contrast and knowing what you don't want and therefore knowing what you do want, you are focusing constant improvement, which shoots out of you in vibrational rockets, where the non-physical counterpart of you receives and understands and holds steady the vibrational frequency of the constant new amendments that you send forth. And it's from that vantage point that your inner being speaks to you. It's from that vantage point that we speak to you. We stand as the summation of what you have become. And notice that we say what you have become, meaning you've already become it, meaning that that vibrational part of you stands as present tense for us. In other words, it's done. Everything that you have asked for so far is done. You are sometimes slow to catch up with it, because you're sometimes justifying why you want it, or noticing that it hasn't manifested yet fully. But we're here to remind you that it is done. And we're also here to remind you that because it is done, and because the larger part of you holds the frequency of its completion, of its perfection, when you hold different attention, you feel the discord. In other words, when you want something, so you've asked for it, so it's done, but you think it isn't done because you haven't seen it in your driveway yet or whatever, as you focus upon the missing aspects of it, while the source within you is focused upon the present aspects of it, you set up discord and you slow its manifestation down. We want to get further down the road in convincing you that what you've been calling future tense is actually present tense. If we could get you to feel your way into it rather than have to see your way into it. If you could feel the presence of your lover before your lover shows up, your lover would show up faster. And you wouldn't feel lonely, because when you feel the presence of your lover, you have the alignment with source that gives you that feeling of well-being. If you could feel the presence of the prosperity you seek, you would feel secure even before the evidence shows up in your bank account. And when you feel secure, even before the evidence shows up in your bank account, the evidence shows up in your bank account much more quickly. In fact, insecurity can hold that evidence away for a long time. Some of you know that. Some say, oh, this is really screwy. Just give me the feeling of security and I'll feel secure. In other words, show me the money. Give me the evidence and I will joyously and positively and securely respond to the evidence. And we say, we know you will, but you must find the frequency of what you want and align with it before it comes. Now some say, oh, well, is it that way with everything? Because it doesn't seem that way. Seems to me like I've looked at some things that I liked, and in liking them I felt good. And we say, we know there is a lot that is already manifested in your experience, that when you look at it, you feel good. But that's what trips you up. Because there are things that you do want already manifested, and when you look at them, you do feel good, now most of you become dependent on needing to see them before you feel good. But we want you to understand that that's really the slow way of going about it. If you can feel good as we feel good about the vibrational presence and reality of what you have been asking for, then there will be no lack in your vibration. And when there's no lack or resistance in your vibration, your manifestation follows swiftly, because you become a cooperative component to your own creation. Do you sort of kind of get that? When you ask and your rocket of desire vibrationally exudes from you and is held by the non-physical part of you, held in concentration and focus, in this vortex of creation where law of attraction is assembling all cooperative components, we're not kidding you when we say to you, it's done. The cooperative components have already been assembled for everything that you have been asking for, because vibrationally speaking, it is done. There's just one missing piece to this, just only one missing piece to this, and it's you. You not being the cooperative component, because you're not, for the most part, willing to accept the present tense of this vibrational reality. You don't want to call it present tense. Most of you don't even want to call it reality until you can see it. No, not only until you can see it, but till your neighbors can see it. Till my neighbors can see it, it's not reality. It's just a figment of my imagination, is what most of you say. And we say, as long as you need your neighbors to see it before you see it, then you got to control your neighbors. And then you have to go about it the hard way. You have to actually manifest it before you get the feedback that you need to manifest it. You see the fallacy in that thinking? I need to see it before I believe it. But I need to believe it before it can be manifested. So what will I do? I need to see it before I believe it, but I, in my human form, need to manifest it before I can see it. It's going very slowly for me, you say. And we say it could go faster. You could see it in your escrow before you see it in your driveway. And if you can see it in your vibrational reality, it will come quickly to what the reality that your neighbors are watching will see. You get that? So now, instead of seeing it, let's use a different word. Let's say, imagine it. Let's use a different word. Feel it. Let's use a different word. Know it. Let's use a different word. Expect it so completely that its absence appears irrelevant. I know this is coming. I know it's coming. In other words, there are a lot of things you have that confidence about. You usually expect to get where you're going when you get in your car on your way. Usually expect that. We don't hear you whimpering down the highway. What if I don't get there? 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 You expect to get there, and with reasonable persistence you do. And so our job today is to make you aware of something that we are infinitely aware of, and that is your vibrational reality. Remind you that we stand there, that your inner being stands there, and that all the cooperative components stand there. And do you know that the cooperative components come immediately? Do you get what a balanced platform you are creating in? Do you understand that anything you ask for, there are already enough cooperative components for the fulfillment of anything you ask for, no matter what it is, already out there percolating, just waiting for law of attraction to summon them because you have highlighted them in your vortex? Did you hear that? Do you know that anytime you ask for anything, this time-space reality already possesses enough cooperative components to give you the full manifestation of it? And furthermore, those cooperative components of one which you may not be have already been assembled. In other words, the cooperative components are already there. You just don't know it because you're not one of them. But when you let yourself be the cooperative component, which simply means stop doing that thing you do that makes you uncooperative, then you'll be in the vortex, you will know it vibrationally, and the manifestation will be so fast on the heels of it. You don't have to have faith in the unseen long before the unseen becomes seen. And if you have unseen things that remain unseen for a long time, you don't have faith, and they're not coming anytime soon. You got to change your emotional approach. You got to change your mental approach. You got to change your focus. You got to change your understanding. You've got to accept the reality of this vibrational reality, and you have to make it your main event. You have to make it what you're focused toward. You hear people talking in bits and pieces about this. You hear people say, I want to be more forward-looking. That's what we mean when we talk about being forward-looking. We mean looking forward to where what you have created is, not backwards, or back to where the justification for the creation is. Big, big difference. When you're talking about what you want and why you want it, you are usually one of the cooperative components, which means it's framing up for you. But when you're explaining why you wanted what you want, by explaining how you don't want what you don't have before you ask for what you wanted, I need it because it's painful not to have it, and I need it because I'm lonely without it, and I need it because I have all of these things that I'm wanting to do with it, and I need it because I deserve it, and I really need it because I need it. I really, really need it. And when I pleaded needy case to my mother, usually I had to get pretty needy before I got it. And so, universe, I'm treating you like my mother. I need it. I need it. But the universe is not responding to your words. The universe is responding to your vibration. And when you need something, you're not in vibrational alignment with having it. Needing is the opposite of having it. You see that? So how can I have it before I have it? Or better stated, how can I stop needing it before I have it? Ooh, that's the best line of the day. How can I stop needing it before I have it? By recognizing you already got it. By letting the vibrational essence of it be enough for now. So we talk about this vortex of creation where the larger part of you and everything you want is. And that's almost like saying, in fact, that's exactly like saying the same thing. The larger part of you and everything you want. Sounds like two different piles. The pile of you and the pile of everything you want. But when we say the larger part of you and everything you want, we're talking about you who is the creator of you. You who's the creator of you with the material objects. You who's the creator of you within the relationships. You who is the creator of you in your financial beingness. You create you. You create you in your world. And you have created a version of you in your world that is framing up and is so visible to us that we now know that you so much more clearly than you know this you. This you in your vibrational reality, this you is the main event of you. And every negative emotion that you feel is because you're looking at something that has you looking off kilter from the main event of you. So when you're sick and you want to be well, the main event of you, the vibrational reality you, the larger part of you, the eternal part of you, the you that we hang around with, that you is now weller than you were before that physical part of you got sick. Weller. Weller, surer, clearer, more stable. Weller. But when you don't know this part of you, because you're beating the drum of this part of you, this part of my body hurts, and this part of my body is on the x-ray in a negative way, and this part, as you beat the drum of what is, you hold yourself in a discordant vibration to what you have become. A few years ago, we wrote the book with the best title ever, Ask and It Is Given. Because the title tells the whole story that we're telling you now. When life causes you to ask, it is given now, not later. It doesn't say ask and it will be given. It says ask and it is given. Ask and it is. Ask and it is. Scratch that last word off. Ask and it is. Ask and it is. Ask and it is. Ask and it is. But you are wonderful definers of your physical time-space reality. And you've come to see things, which is just your vibrational interpretation of energy, and hear things, which is just another vibrational interpretation of energy. But you use your physical senses to define your physical reality in such a way that you have left out your most significant, most precise, most capable defining sense. Call it your sixth sense if you want to. We call it your emotional guidance system, which is your indication of the vibrational relationship between this reality, which is, and this reality, which is as far as you've let it go. This reality is, this vibrational reality is. If you only use your physical senses to look at what is, you are blind to what really is, and then your expectation can't let it flesh out.